Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Undefeated Sports Talk Show. We just got done giving our bowl game predictions, and yet we almost ignored the great weekend in the NFL.
Oh, man, yeah.
We had the Vikings-Panthers game.
Great game.
We had the Eagles-Rams game.
Once again, great game.
We had disappointing Titans-Cardinals game. We had the Saints-Falcons Thursday Night Football. And the biggest storyline of the day, guys, besides the Steelers-Ravens game on Sunday Night Football, had to be the Eagles.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz
Man.
tore his ACL. Unfortunate. I feel bad for the guy because I know how it feels. I tore my ACL back when I played soccer. And it's not a fun thing to go through, and now he could be out for the beginning of next season even.
Ooh.
The Eagles ended up winning that game with Nick Foles, though, by 8. I was thinking of the Steelers game. By 8, Eagles win 43-35. Where do the Eagles go from here? Where do you see it going? And I guess what's your reactions from this game?
Very unfortunate because he was having a tremendous year, MVP type year.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can get back healthy and get back out there, next year. But I still think that the Eagles are still up there. They play great defense, and plus they don't have to just rely on the quarterback position. They can still run the football. That's why they went out and got what is it?
JJ, yeah.
JJ, yeah. And so that's why when you see my pick, you'll know why I kept them up there on high.
Yeah.
But it is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
See, I agree with you. Nick Foles actually isn't very bad of a quarterback. He's been in the league for about six seasons now. He's actually obviously an experienced quarterback. I don't think it really affects the Eagles. Like you said, they have so much talent around as a whole team.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is still just as good. Their offense, they still have, like you said, they still have two running backs. The Nick Foles, he's a better than half the quarterbacks in the league still.
Yeah,
so he's they're still good on that. Honestly, this just a hiccup for the team, just a hiccup for Carson Wentz, devastating.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really drop much at all.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm gonna quickly talk about the reaction. I did not like what I saw from the Eagles defense against the Rams at all. We always talk about the run defense. It was absolutely horrible yesterday. But as far as the Carson Wentz, it affects him a little bit. But as an overall team, they're still one of the best teams there.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have that quarterback that is mobile in the pocket. Now you have that standing quarterback. Nick Foles was coached by Doug Peterson at Kansas City, so Doug Peterson knows what he's doing. But like I said, just the mobility of Carson Wentz being able to get out the pocket, make those magician-type plays, you don't have that anymore.
Exactly.
So now when you go up against a team like the Vikings defense, the Panthers defense even, and occasionally if you got to play the Saints in the Super Bowl and the Superdome defense, it's going to be hard for you to win games now if you're the Eagles. So it's devastating for them. But yeah, I still think the Eagles, they obviously won their division already. They're going to get to the playoffs, and if they can stay in first place, I think they will be fine.
Yeah. Yep. I like it.
Okay, and that's that talk. Let's get moving on to the Steelers-Ravens. That was Sunday Night Football. People were kind of leery of this game because what happened with Steelers-Bengals, and this is another big rivalry game, the biggest for each of these two teams. What was going to happen in this game? Steelers ended up making a tremendous comeback. I did not see it, but they did it. And Ben Roethlisberger, 506 passing yards.
Ooh.
And Antonio Brown over 200 receiving yards. Steelers win this by 1. What's your reactions? Do the Steelers have a chance next week?
My first initial thought is, do the Steelers have cheat codes or something? Because these guys are definitely playing Madden or something. Because it's unfair. You got the lead, and then all of a sudden, these guys just put up 19 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So, but my thoughts are, I think they're gonna have a really tough game. You thought this game was tough. They're gonna have the toughest game of their season coming next week. But the only good thing is it's at home, so against the Patriots, so that's good for them. But I honestly, I don't think they're going to be able to overcome the Patriots next week.
Yeah, oh man.
Especially with the absence of Ryan Shazier.
Yeah, they're losing. They've lost so much on. They're losing a lot on defense,
Mm-hmm.
and but Antonio Brown, is there anything that this guy
No,
I mean,
I don't
the
think
guy-
anybody can guard him.
Oh, he is just tremendous. He is tremendous. So,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I just think that it's going to be a lot to overcome.
Mhm.
Brady's, and I just don't see it. I still think that the New England Patriots are probably the best team in the AFC right
Yeah.
now.
All right, easily, yeah.
Easily. And so I just don't. I mean, they had to come back from, what was it? Like, they had to score 19 points
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
to win this game.
Yeah.
506 yards a ton. That is impressive, the
Yeah.
passing yards, but you can't do that. You
No,
can't-
yeah, and
you
if
can't
you're
do that.
if you're the Steelers, in my mind, you gotta stop these slow starts.
You got to.
You're not gonna win in the playoffs
Yes,
coming
yes,
back every
yes,
single
you
time.
can't do it. You
You're
can't do
not
it.
gonna win.
So anyway, I mean, but it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and you spoke about Antonio Brown. He has to start being in the MVP conversation. What he's doing, he has been
He is.
sensational. And then you spoke about Ryan Shazier. Sad. It's honestly sad what happened to him, and I hope he gets better. We are praying for him.
Yeah.
But without Ryan Shazier on that defense, it's been horrible for him.
Yeah.
And they
yeah.
have not looked the same. Alex Collins ran all over him,
Yeah.
which
so
was bad. So
they definitely miss him.
yeah, they're gonna need help next weekend, and because now you got to go up against a front runner MVP, Tom Brady.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Mario, we'll talk about your Falcons Saints game real quick. That was Thursday night. Saints go down by 3 in Atlanta. A lot of controversy at the end of that game.
Mm.
You had Sean Payton kind of costing them the game. Drew Brees, unfortunately, not usual, but he did throw a pick at the end of the game. And yeah, the Saints ended up losing another Thursday night game. Drew Brees actually came out and said
Yeah.
another Thursday night game that people got banged up.
Yeah.
Yep, actually, Alvin Kamara within like the first 5 minutes, or not within the first half of that game, actually left the game with a concussion, which is unfortunate
I
because
mean, but is it Thursday night football or is it more of these guys just not getting ready to play or getting mentally ready to play those games?
Well-
Because I know Breeze was just visibly upset, about this. He was saying, it just doesn't give give the players time to rest and all that.
Mhm.
So,
well,
what do you think? I mean, like,
well, I think it's just not enough rest time because
Yeah.
I've played football before, and after a tough game, you just need that rest because it's pretty hard. Your body gets banged up because in the moment you got a lot of adrenaline.
yeah,
It's just hard on your body if you just gotta.
yeah.
It's hard on your body if you just got to turn around after a Monday night game, and if you got to play on Thursday for some reason,
Yeah,
it's just hard.
I have also played football. Got you guys. Football, soccer. No, but football, yeah. I don't know. Thursday nights are just rough, and I even called the Falcons winning this game because it's traveling on the road on a Thursday night is just hard. You lose a day of training.
Yes.
It's hard for them.
Yes.
But unfortunate for Saints. I thought Saints were going to win that. They converted that 4th and 1, but then Drew Brees. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Him throwing a pick.
Yeah, honestly, as you can see, Alvin Kamara is a huge help this season. So it's just say Alvin Kamara's in there, he doesn't have to throw the ball.
Yeah.
He can just run the ball or little bubble route or whatever. But it's Alvin Kamara's a huge absence. Unfortunate. It was a little. If you ask me, it was a little dirty play.
Mhm.
Why would you tackle him by the helmet?
Yeah.
But anyway,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's interesting.
Now, hear me, boy. What is
Uh,
going on?
for real. Jeez.
Guys, we are watching the Patriots and the Dolphins game live here in the studio. So.
Yeah, we always got something live. It's either an NBA game or it's an NFL game. Something big happens, we're gonna update. We can update you about it. Right now, Miami's up 6-0.
And right now, Brady is struggling. So.
Real quick, it seems like Gronk's absence is a huge problem for the Patriots right now.
Yeah. Ooh.
We're not gonna really talk about these games, so I'm gonna quickly roll over them. Chiefs really rolled the Raiders. The Raiders scored garbage time. Bills Colts. I don't know how they did it real quick, guys, but they played in that blizzard. And
They said at one point, I think it was like 6 inches of snow.
Oh. The fans. That's what you really got to give it to. The fans.
Yeah.
You're not even moving. You're just sitting in the cold.
Yeah,
So
did the cold, yeah. I think at the last end, Shady McCoy,
yeah,
he
Yeah.
made that touchdown.
help me out on fantasy.
Oh,
Real quick, Bears blew out the Bengals. Yes or no question? Marvin Lewis gone after the season.
he should have been gone last season.
He should have been gone like 3 seconds.
Yeah, so we all say Marvin Lewis is gone.
Yeah.
Browns were the Browns.
Oh,
How do you
man.
let Devontae Adams get out of the 3-man tackle? That's embarrassing.
Oh man, oh Browns, oh my God, Browns.
How do you blow a 14-point lead?
Yeah, to Brett Hundley.
The Browns will be the Browns.
Yeah, Browns are the Browns. 49ers pulled off a win against Texans. Bill
Jimmy
O'Brien.
G.
Bill O'Brien getting frustrated. Tom Savage proved once again that the concussion protocol is not safe at all.
No.
He was sitting there twitching on the ground, and
Yeah.
they had a chance to put him back in. Bad decision.
Wait a minute, Jimmy G in the 49ers.
Yeah, Jimmy G, 49ers.
Yeah, like 300 and something yards. But anyway, I just, anyway, that's
Jimmy
that's
G.
49ers.
Yeah, 49ers 3-10. Lions pulled off a close one with the Bucks in a last-second field goal. That was impressive, but then again, not impressive because you should beat the Bucks by more. How the Bucks have looked. Cowboys. Really, that game was closer than what the score indicates.
Mhm.
Cowboys ended up pulling off with a Des Bryant big run. Jets they absolutely looked horrible. I picked the Jets to win this game, and Josh McCown got injured. Now he's out for the season.
Yeah, it's this Broncos defense decides to step up when it doesn't matter. So
And then Chargers, they pulled out a good win against the Redskins. The last two games we were talking about is AFC South, Titans, Jaguars. Real quick, the Jaguars, guys. This game got very ugly at the late. It was not in the game. It was actually on the sidelines. Fans, it makes me laugh because it makes me mad. Because these are the fans I don't like. It's the fans a lot of people don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name. Okay, we'll skip through it. We'll skip his name, but fans were throwing beers on this guy, ice on this guy. I even saw a candy package being thrown at this man. All because after him and Michael Bennett got kicked out on a kneeling play, they attacked the Jaguars' offensive lineman knees, for which they'll get suspended or fined for that.
Was that on? Was that the Seahawks game?
yes,
Yes.
it was.
Well, okay, the Seahawks and
Yeah.
I think his name is Jefferson or something.
Yes, Jefferson.
Yes,
Was it
Jefferson.
Jefferson's
Okay,
the one
okay.
that the fans
Yeah.
threw the drinks on.
Yeah.
It really, Jaguars already won this game. What
Yeah.
was the point of that, and what's the storyline of this?
Yeah, thing about it is that I understand those fans that did this, they should not be allowed to even enter that stadium ever.
Banned for life.
Banned for life. But I will say this: you're an NFL player. If you saw something thrown, just get into the locker room. You have the helmet.
Yeah, keep the helmet on.
Yeah, keep the helmet on and go to the locker room
Mhm.
and let the security deal with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you be professional. I understand that he was really hot at the moment. He was. I mean, I think he got ejected and all kinds of different emotions. But you have to be professional in that situation.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
I
I do. I think the fan honestly should probably get fined because technically they're littering by throwing stuff on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, like you said, I feel like you're an NFL player. You should handle that more with more respect, and also you're objective. Just get to the locker room, get your stuff, and just get out of there.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
just
I
keep
mean-
going with the little pride you got.
And
yeah.
real quick, I'm gonna bump in here real quick. Is fan needs to be banned for life, never coming back, because that's just not right. You're there
Yeah.
for entertainment.
Yeah.
Your team's already up. What was the point of doing that? You just let the guy go. For Jefferson and Bennett for what he did is inexcusable. They were kneeling the ball. The game's over, Bennett. You had plenty of times earlier in the game to win this football game and to get to Blake Bortles. I think Bennett should get a hefty fine or suspended 1 game for doing his actions. And for Jefferson, I have no problem for what he did, honestly, for his retaliation, because that's just not what fans are there to do. You're there for the entertainment. However, Jefferson, to protect the NFL, should get fined, because obviously if you're the NFL, you don't want players trying to get up in the stands and doing that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, fans, if you go to games, be respectful to the players. You're there for entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just because they make millions of dollars doesn't mean that it gives you the right to mistreat them.
Yeah.
Any kind of way.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I think we forget, that these guys, they have families. They have they have feelings, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and things like that. So we get caught up in the emotion of the game.
Mhm.
But these are actually real people, you
Yeah.
know. So that it's not video game
Yeah.
players, you know. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, Jaguars did pull off an impressive win.
yeah.
Russell Wilson just at the end of the day has to do too much for that Seahawks offense.
Yeah, he needs some more weapons.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
but on the other hand, on the other side of the AFC South, who now is second seed in that division, is the Tennessee Titans. Mario's here with me. I got loud because I was irritated. I was mad. Titans and Marcus Mariota, they have not looked good lately. Marcus Mariota, 4 out of his last 5 games, he has thrown multiple picks. And this game was 3 interceptions. They only had 7 points, and you have this offense. You have DeMarco Murray, Derrick Henry, Marcus Mariota, Delaney Walker, Rashard Matthews, and Eric Decker, and a Corey Davis, a top draft pick, and you only put up 7 points to your Cardinals defense, who's aight. I'm going to say aight. They're all right. They're not great. You have a Patrick Peterson. That's who I love. That's about it. And Cardinals, with Blaine Gabbert, obviously they only put up 12 points. We played tremendous defense. That's what we want our defense to do. Adoree Jackson did not let Larry Fitzgerald do much. That's what we want. But it's the whole storyline is Marcus Mariota and this offense has to turn it around. If they even want to make the playoffs, I think they still will when we get to talking about that. But they got to turn it around. They got to start winning these games.
They really do. They really do. I mean, like I was saying, it just seems like he's regressing as a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we really, I want to see more from Marcus Mariota. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think you're right, but I'm not. My picks. I don't even have the Titans in.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
We'll get there, man. We're gonna get there.
See how I feel. I feel like Marcus Mariota should be better. He's an NFL quarterback. He's thrown 17 picks on the season already. But I feel like if I'm the Titans, I would kind of do what the Chiefs did to scare him a little bit. Draft a quarterback. Obviously a good quarterback. See if that helps him out. Get that step because he's a good player. He should be able to do good. He has a lot expected of him. Like you said, he had great offensive talent around him, but yet they only put up 7 points to a mediocre team.
Mediocre team. Big D. Sorry, still Stephen A. there.
But I just feel like the Titans they're a good team. They want to be good. It's just they shoot themselves in the foot. That's what it is. It's
Marcus Mariota too.
He just shows, Marcus Mariota's like this. He shows flashes that he can be an outstanding quarterback.
Oh yeah.
And then he does.
Then he throws a pick.
Yeah. Yesterday he had 2 interceptions out right to the Cardinals' hands.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I just think it as Marcus Mariota just needs to kick it into gear.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I'm thinking about running backs, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing DeMarco Murray in there for the majority of the snaps. Derrick Henry's in there one drive, we score, and Derrick Henry's the guy who scores. Put the faster and younger running back in.
Yeah.
He's the one getting us down the field.
Yep. I agree.
That's the end of my argument. Now let's get on to the AFC argument because I got an argument here, and the reason why I have this argument. We're going to go and give our rankings of what the playoffs think is going to look like now for people who are watching, 1 through 6, obviously. AFC, guys, I'm gonna start it out because I want to explain my argument. I have Patriots at 1. Patriots beat Steelers this weekend. That's why I have my 1. Steelers are still at 2. Jaguars are at 3rd, and they win that division of the AFC South just because their schedule is horrible. They have 49ers, Texans, and Titans. Horrible schedule left. I got Chargers winning the AFC West. They're still tied with the Chiefs. I think they win the head-to-head against the Chiefs when they play. I like Chargers at 4. Titans get in at 5 at the wild card. I still think they can beat the 49ers this weekend. Then you got the Rams and Jaguars. I think we still win the head-to-head against Jaguars. We won in Jacksonville week 4. I think we can beat Jacksonville again at our house. We're tough to beat at home. We're horrible away from home. Titans at 5. And even though Chiefs lose to Chargers, Chiefs still get in at 6 because the Bills, with Nathan Peterman, I don't believe. I got Chiefs in at 6.
Nathan Peterman.
I'll go next. I like.
He said Nathan Peterman.
Oh my god.
See, I actually like I got number 1 Patriots. Number 2, actually, I got the Jaguars. Only because next week maybe the Steelers might lose to the Patriots. Jaguars win obviously against I don't know, not for sure who they play.
Well, Jags would need Steelers to lose 2 more.
All right. Well, I'm an optimistic. I still got Jags at 2, Steelers at 3, Chargers at 4. I agree with you there. Then I have Titans sitting looking in at 5. I have actually I have a toss up between Chiefs and Ravens. I have Chiefs in, but I have very close. Like if Chiefs lose the next 2, I have Ravens going in there, jumping right ahead of them.
Oh man,
at
okay.
6.
Yeah, I like Ravens.
Hey, the Ravens look good.
Yeah, I think Chiefs can hold off because they have more home games.
Wow, guys, I got number 1. I got Patriots. They obviously they're not looking good tonight, but they'll get it together. Steelers, they're struggling. I think everybody kind of struggles at this time of year because it's just getting used to the cold and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Patriots, Steelers, Jaguars at number 3. Jaguars, pretty impressive. Blake Bortles actually he woke up and he had a pretty good game, but it was Leonard Fournette. That's been the story this year.
Yeah.
Bills. No, Chargers. I'm sorry. Chargers at number 4, Bills, and then Chiefs.
You like Nathan Peterman?
I don't, but you know what? Bills are.
Nathan Peterman over Marcus Mariota.
At this point, yeah.
Nathan Peterman starts 2 games, 5 picks, no touchdowns.
Come on, Jarvis.
But I'm sorry, but the Titans, Marcus Mariota got to show me something. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. Okay, so
we'll say in 2 weeks against the Rams.
Okay,
but that's just the thing is, when you look at Titans Jaguars, funny thing is, we both beat the Seahawks, and we both lost to the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
So we're even. It's just the Titans had that one more loss against the Dolphins because we were without Marcus Mariota. We were with Matt Castle, and that's unfortunate. So that's where we lose out against them. But okay, so that's our ranking. So I got Chiefs traveling to Jacksonville and Titans traveling to L.A.
And I got Chiefs traveling to Pittsburgh.
Good luck.
Hey, I'm just saying that's how it's gonna end up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, so
we're gonna see. We got 3 weeks left. This 3
see.
weeks is crucial for both conferences.
It's kind of hard to predict like who's gonna be playing who. At this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
NFC is even harder to pick.
Yes.
Because there's multiple teams that can still get in, guys, and I have a really good surprise at the end. So you guys aren't looking and cheating. I'll go cover that up. But the NFC is going to get interesting because you still have the Cowboys are still available, the Packers are still available, the Falcons, the Seahawks. You just have all these teams that can still get in because there's 3 weeks left. So if a team gets 2 more losses, they can go right out of there, and then a team comes right in.
Yeah.
You're even looking at the Saints that are on top of their division could still fall out of the playoffs. This is how dangerous the NFC is right now. Who do you guys got 1 through 6?
Okay, I'm gonna start off.
All right, go ahead, Jarvis.
Okay. The Minnesota Vikings, just because they have a quarterback.
Right.
and they still have a really good defense. So I'm going Vikings. Eagles at number 2. I think they already won that division, but they still have some weapons. Just hopefully that quarterback can come through. Otherwise, it's gonna be. But the Rams at number 3. I got the Rams at number 3. Saints at number 4. Panthers at number 5, and who gets in? Seahawks. I still think that they come in.
Okay.
They still come in.
I don't mind it. Seahawks will find a way.
They will find a way.
If anything.
Yeah, I mean they're not looking too good right now, but they will find a way.
Actually, I got Vikings at number 1, Saints at number 2, Eagles at 3, Rams at 4, and then looking in, I have Panthers at 5, and then actually I have Falcons at 6.
All right, you know what? I can see that.
I got Vikings at 1.
Okay.
We all have Vikings at 1, and that's a stretch because Eagles I have at number 2 as well, and Eagles are favored in every single game, even with Nick Foles at the remainder of the season. But I like Eagles at number 2. They'll lose one more, but then they'll win the other 2. So Vikings, Eagles, Rams at 3. I don't think they're going to lose their division. I like Rams. And then I'm still sticking with it, guys. Panthers and Saints have the same record again. And I like the Panthers winning that division. I got Panthers at 4. Saints are at 5. And my number 6.
Oh boy.
Because that bad man is back.
Uh-oh.
Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay
What?
Packers
Oh my God.
sneak into the playoffs. They do not lose the rest of the season. The Green Bay Packers, 6th seed. Watch out, you do not want to play them in the playoffs when they sneak back in.
Whoa.
See, I think the team you don't want to play, the teams you don't want to place in the playoffs right now, honestly,
Teams with quarterbacks.
yes, you don't want to face the Vikings, you don't want to face the Saints, and you don't want to face
However,
and you don't and you don't want to face the Panthers. Actually,
Yeah.
those are the top 3 teams I think
However,
you don't want to
Vikings
face.
with our Case Keenum is he elite?
Somehow,
No, he's
somehow,
not elite.
but somehow just knows how to find the man. Him and Thielen have been clicking like crazy, but
Yeah.
I just think those are the top 3 teams I think you don't want to face with quarterback.
But is he?
Green Bay.
But is he healthy though?
Yeah, I don't
Is
think.
it a
Yeah,
healthy-
I don't think Rodgers is ready.
Is he, I know. Is he ready
You're
though?
gonna see Packers play at Panthers this weekend. You're gonna see how good he is.
I say
Okay, look at him. He's all confident.
last year this game happened. Panthers ended up winning
Yeah.
with healthy Rodgers through 2 picks actually.
It's kind of
So-
like what who's that guy?
Panthers are 3-3 at
Yeah,
home.
Stephen A. Smith. He's a bad.
See, I don't know. I only reason why I don't actually. When you said you think Panthers are going to win the division, I don't see that. Saints' last 3 games are actually fairly easy. They're at the Buccaneers, they're at the Jets next week. Pretty easy win. Josh McCown's out. They at Falcons at home, Buccaneers, and then at Buccaneers. I feel like they're gonna finish the season 13-4. Or
We gonna see.
We're gonna see.
It's gonna be
The
a
Packers, very interesting.
I can't wait for these last 3 games because everything's gonna be shaken up. Our rankings will probably be totally wrong by the end of this.
Probably.
I think mine are
And there might
probably
be
the
a
most
surprise.
accurate.
Oh,
Yeah,
please.
there might be a surprise team that sneaks in. Like I can see.
Cowboys sneak in or something.
Probably.
They still have a
They
chance.
look good. They
Everybody's
look okay.
got a chance. Zeke comes back Zeke comes back next week,
Yeah,
so it could happen.
yeah,
Everybody has a chance.
yeah.
Even the Dolphins have a chance in the AFC to make it.
Zeke and Emmitt Smith. Nah, I like Emmitt Smith.
Zeke comes back running like Emmett. All right.
He's like, oh.
Cowboys
Yeah,
are
and
winning.
that's the thing. You can't forget. Ezekiel Elliott comes back not this weekend, but the next.
Yes.
So he's there for the last week. So if they can win this one,
Yeah.
they'll probably win the next 2.
Mm-hmm.
So teams got to keep winning if they want to stay in there. So.
Man, this is gonna be a competitive.
Honestly, the NFC is going to be a no-biter this year. AFC is almost kind of actually even honestly NFL in general is just going to be just a no-biter.
Yeah.
Still sticking to it, boys. Vikings, Patriots, Super Bowl.
I'm still sticking to mine. Saints Steelers.
Oh, you said Vikings Patriots?
I'm saying Saints Steelers Super Bowl.
Oh man. Oh my gosh.
Got 2 minutes.
Yeah. I would have chosen. I chose the Eagles. You remember it was gonna be the Eagles and Patriots. Looks like the Vikings.
Yep.
They look just like the stronger team. I mean, so I don't know, Vikings and right now, Vikings.
Yeah, see, I'm still sticking to it. Saints and Steelers.
He said Saints and Steelers.
Hey, anything can happen.
Hey.
Honestly,
Hey.
it could be Falcons versus Chiefs.
It could be Bills versus. No,
Yeah, it's like
it could be like Chargers versus like.
Chargers could fall off a lot of
Panthers or
upsets.
something.
Yeah, it could be Chargers versus Rams.
Chargers
for all
and
we
Jags
know.
are the
yeah.
2 upset
It
teams.
could be Browns versus. No,
Browns
I'm being ridiculous.
Browns versus
Browns versus Giants in the draft bowl.
Who gets first pick up?
Yeah. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Undefeated Sports Talk Show. Make sure you give us a shout out, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and go follow our Facebook page, Undefeated Sports Talk Show. That's where we give all of our live updates and when we're gonna be on next. Generally Mondays, Fridays. I'm always here. Everybody else makes it when they can, but that's gonna do it. Friday, we are gonna be heavily talking about the NBA, and then we'll give our look to the NFL weekend. That's going to be our Friday. So stay tuned. Make sure you're watching Friday. And I cannot wait for that day to come.
Good show.
It's been a good one, guys.
All right, man.
All right, guys.
Take care.
All right.
Peace out, yeah.
See you guys later.
Peace.
Take care.
Dolphins still up 6-0.